Buenos días. Ok, hoy, la lección de hoy, semana 4, estamos en la semana 4. La lección de hoy es el futuro y el condicional. El futuro y el condicional, ok? How you conjugate in future and how you conjugate in conditional. All right, so pretty much it's about how you conjugate future, which is I will cook for you tonight. Right? That's future. That will is future. And then I would cook for you if blah, 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 blah. More information, okay? So today we are going to learn about will and would, okay? All right, so we go back here. So it's pretty much if the verb it's regular, okay? For future tense, what you're gonna do is you drop and you're gonna add these endings right here, which is e, as, a, hemos, and an. And cuidado con los acentos, okay? And then conditional, which is would, when the verb is regular, this is the endings, ia, ias, ia. Íamos and ian, okay? Remember, we're not going to learn about vosotros. All right, and then when you have to conjugate verb in future tense or conditional tense, they are irregular. This is the one right here, the irregular. They're irregular, and also we call stem changing verb. So for future and conditional, you're going to use the same stem changing verb. The only thing that is going to change is what are you going to add in those here in the stem changing. What you're going to add? You're going to add these endings or these endings. It all depends. If you're talking about future tense, you add this one. Conditional, this one. For example, let's go back here. Okay, we're going to talk about future. All right, yo we're going to do salir, okay, and we know, let's see, we go back here, salir, what is the stem for salir? Salt, for both, for these two right here. So we go here and okay, now I'm talking about future. What's the ending for yo for future? Yo, it's right here, it's e, e. So yo saldré de vacaciones el viernes. I will be on vacation this coming Friday, right? So that is future. Now I'm gonna use, we're gonna do conditional. We're gonna do venir. So ella, venir, which is to come, right? Venir was the stem, vendrá. And we're going to use these endings because we're going to want to talk in conditional. So that will be ven. What's the ending? For who? For ella, right? Vendría. Vendría. A mi casa. Ella vendría a mi casa si yo la invitara. She will come to my house if I will invite her, right? This is conditional, this is future. Very easy. Future and conditional, it's very, very easy. It's just you have to know what's the ending for each one and what's the stem changing, which those two share the same stem changing verb. Now, right here, when we are reporting what somebody said to you, and that person told you in future what that person is going to do, you're going to report that in future tense, okay? In future tense. So we're going back here, right? For example, you've been talking to your best friend, and she said that she's going to leave the country tomorrow because she's going to Brazil. Then you are telling me about your best friend. Oh, señora, you know what? My best friend Rosa said that she's going to leave the country tomorrow. She's going to Brazil. All right, so when you want to tell me that what she's going to do, you tell me that in future. All right, so Rosa dice, this verb right here is to say, have to be in present tense. Rosa dice que saldrá de los Estados Unidos, mañana por la tarde. Okay, so she said your best friend is Rosa, and Rosa told you, then she will leave the country tomorrow morning or afternoon because she's going to Brazil. And then you come to me and I say, hey, how is your friend Rosa? And then you go and say, oh, well, by the way, she said that she's going to leave the country tomorrow morning because she's going to Brazil. So you have to say that in future, okay? Present here and future here. All right. Now, when you want to use conditional, right? This is pretty much when somebody told you something in past tense. For example, let me find a good example. Okay, so for example, let's see. Rosa again. Rosa told you, then she passed the test, science test, right? Then she passed the test, okay? And then we keep talking about Rosa. You told me what Rosa is leaving in the future. Then she's supposed to leave the country tomorrow morning. And then you told me she passed the test. So you will say Rosa dijo. In this case, it's past tense, right here. Que pasaría el test. Oops. All right. So this one have to be in past tense and this one have to be in conditional, okay? Rosa dijo que pasaría el test. You reporting that to me. But anyway, this is many ways to say that. You also could say Rosa dijo que pasó el test, okay? So you could use past tense here, all right? And I think this one right here sounds much better than this one right here, even though the books say to use conditional when you are report what somebody say in past tense. So this one right here is the most common one, okay? Past. And this one, this is fine. This is when you are reporting what somebody is going to do, present, future, okay? Now, it's up to you what you want to use in your homework. You could use this one or you can use that one. Both make sense, but what I'd say, number 2 is the most common one. This is how everybody talks in the real world. Rosa dijo que pasó el test. Now, when would you use one? Rosa dijo que pasaría el test. It's when it's more context. She said that she would pass the test if, si estudiara más. Okay? Now, you cannot talk like that because you don't know this tense yet. Okay? And this is something that you're going to learn in the future. But as of right now, right, I guess you could, because the homework you might have to use number 1. It's okay, but like I say, you missing some context, but the most common one is 2. But I will take both. All right? So do your homework. By now you should know the vocabulary for week number 4. Okay? And If you have any question, I'm here to help you, okay? Buena suerte y hablamos pronto, muy pronto. Adiós.